Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. We're gonna talk about Edgar Berlanga versus Armando Resendiz possibly being next. We're gonna talk about Tank ultimately fumbling the Jake Paul bag after ducking smoke. Then, of course, we're gonna talk about the WBC lifting the ban on Ryan Garcia. You see what I'm saying? Didn't I tell y'all between 24 to 48 hours ago that the WBC was going to lift the ban that they had on Ryan Garcia? Because we had people in the chat like, oh man, the WBC, how can he fight for the WBC if the WBC is still, isn't is suspended him? How can he fight? I said, bro, the WBC could lift that ban whenever the fuck they want to. They could do it right now. And guess what? They did it 2 days later. Ain't that some shit? Didn't I tell y'all? Y'all be wanting to listen to Mazuma TV though, man. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody that's in the building thus far. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. I see a shit ton of comments in the building already. Shout out to the boy, the stranger in the building. He said thoughts on the passing of Victor Conti and where that might mean for Snack and all the other fighters that fall underneath it. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with Snack. I don't know if Victor Conti had a will or something like that and said who that company will be passed over to. I don't know if he had sold the company beforehand. I don't know, but when I want to say overall, besides all of that, is rest in peace to Victor Conti. You know what I mean? He definitely had his past. I've been highly critical of him on my channel, but I had criticized him from a business aspect. I did not know that man as a person. I didn't agree with what he did to the sport of boxing. I thought he contributed to the dysfunction of boxing, and that's why I was a huge advocate of him not being a part of boxing. However, since serving his time in jail, there's no sufficient evidence that ever came to the table that he was still contributing to the dysfunction of boxing. I've seen him put a lot of money in fighters' pockets, with sponsorships and things of that nature. I've seen him help fighters get into shape. You know what I mean? I actually took some things from him in terms of how the way you get fighters in shape with the new technology that we have out of here. With the high interval training and things of that nature. That's things that I've paid attention to. He was a very knowledgeable guy. He was somebody that I actually had looked to whenever a fighter tests positive for PEDs because he had such a great understanding of it. He had a vast, he had so much knowledge on, that particular subject that, I love to hear his, thoughts and opinions on, the steroid, how powerful it is, how it could have helped the fighter, so forth, whatever. So forth, whatever the fuck you want to say. But rest in peace to Victor Conti. You know what I mean? I heard great things about him, outside of the past that he's had with boxing. And may he rest in peace, man. My prayers go out to him and his family. I've seen what Gervonta Davis has said about Victor Conti. You know what I mean? But Gervonta Davis is a piece of shit person. He should be the last person to ever be talking about anybody, especially the dead. You know what I mean? There's so much things that could be said about Gervonta Davis and his upbringing and, how the way his parents brought him up, and things of that nature. And he got people that he grew up with that's no longer here with us neither. So I'm sure he wouldn't like that. You know what I mean? But with all of the issues that Gervonta Davis got right now, he can't afford to be talking about anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You may not have been a fan of Victor Conti, but at the end of the day, I never known him to be a racist. You know what I mean? I never known him to, have not so nice things to say about our people. You know what I mean? That was just somebody who, made a terrible choice. You know what I mean? But since then, I feel like he went out. I feel like he did what he could to right his wrongs. He still faced criticism, of course, but it is what it is, man. May he rest in peace, and may his family, have the privacy they need in order to grieve and, heal from this situation. You know what I mean? Bad Boom Balloon, what up? Yeah, I seen Tank talking about that. Yeah, Tank definitely dissing the dead. That ain't the first time that we heard Tank do that though. I seen him disrespect his fans, dead brothers and sisters, and things like that. Tank he's a clown. You know what I mean? So why would we expect anything real to be uh, said out of his mouth? You know what I mean? That's a rare situation. Boxer Sparring in the building said WBC stands for We Be On Code. That's a fact. I like that. we back. We back cheaters. Lorenzo, what up? Big Soldier MX, Boxing Wiz. He said Roach Cruz might got the card of the year now, or at least top 3. Definitely top 3, my brother. I agree with you. Shit, might be, I don't know. We got to see how the fights turn out, but it's definitely very competitive with that November 22nd card that's coming up. That's for sure. You know, I'm more of a fan of the November 22nd card, but yo, they got their own shit going on, and they own in their own right. They got some good shit going on. So shout out to PBC for putting that together. J Cash, what up? Yeah. Rest in peace to Victor Conti. Speaking on the dead is definitely corny, Coffee. I agree with you, brother. That's definitely corny. Unless they were like absolute pieces of shit or like, you know, things like that, then it's like fuck them. But it's like we don't even know Victor Conti for helping motherfuckers do steroids. And to be real with you, it ain't like he forced them to do it. They asked for it and he supplied them. It's just like any other drug dealer. You know what I mean? If a motherfucker out here selling, you know, dope, weed, pills, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody forcing, ain't nobody, you know, the drug dealer, you know, they wrong for, you know, distributing that to our community. However, ain't nobody, these dealers ain't out here forcing motherfuckers to, you know, take their product. You know what I mean? They the ones that there's people out here that requested and they supplying it. You know what I mean? Victor Conti was no different than that drug dealer that you see on the corner, bro. So the motherfuckers be the ones to praise drug dealers, but y'all mad at Victor Conti. Okay. Boxing Wiz, I seen that the Francis Bartholomew fight with Frank Martin has been added to that Roach and Cruz card. Holy shit. Man, that's fire, bro. PBC, that's PBC letting Turkey know though, like, yo, shit ain't sweet around here, bro. We got talent too. You know what I mean? They may not be as consistent as Turkey. They may not have the resources that Turkey has, but you know what I mean? They got the talent, and if they move their chess pieces properly, they could get some shit on and popping too. Don't get it fucked up. Coffee said, R3 said, world boxing corruption. That's hilarious. James Toney got the best one of all time, in my opinion. We be crooks. I think that's hilarious. Coffee Plant says, what Tank does now since him and Jake is over? I think he just need to go ahead and retire. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Tank was out here flexing on Roach. You see how Karma's a motherfucker though. Like, you see what he tried to do. He led Lamont Roach on to thinking. First of all, they had a great first fight, great competitive fight. I was just watching it the other day. Great fucking fight. Lamont Roach moved up in weight and gave Tank the toughest fight of his career, in my opinion, where a lot of people thought he lost. Very controversial. You know, the boxing fans were demanding this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boxing fans were demanding this fight. Tank led the people on to believe that he was going to fight Lamont Roach in the rematch, and they were supposed to fight in this date and this date. But Tank just wakes up one day and be like, man, I don't want them roach problems, man. I already done grew up with enough roaches in my crib. Them motherfuckers don't stop coming. They just multiply. I don't want no more smoke with them roach motherfuckers, man. Let's go ahead and just take this Jake Paul fight. You over here flexing on the gram like, oh, yeah, you want to take shit, nigga, so I ain't feeding you no more, nigga. I ain't feeding you no more. You know what I mean? Yeah, just you see how you ate off me? Now I'm taking it off you, and I'm going to retire after this fight. Fuck all y'all. Just for y'all stupid ass niggas. You did all that flexing and flashing just to have a fight fall from your fucking hands, you clown. You did all of that bragging and you acting like you made Lamont look like a little nigga. Whole time, your stupid ass fumbled the fight because you can't keep your hands off of a bitch. And by the way, I actually read the court documents for the first time. This dude Tank, like something's really wrong with dude. So you mean to tell me? Let me actually pull this up because I was reading it. I was reading it with the wifey, and I was absolutely shocked at what I read. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was that threw me off. So within the lawsuit details, I don't know if you guys actually read this, but take a look at this. Well, I'm not going to show you, but it says I'm going to give you the main details. What the complaint alleges. The suit was filed in Miami-Dade County, which is where Tank be at, Circuit Court by Courtney Russell against Gervonta Bryant Davis, aka Tank. The official clerk's record for the complaint is available. Okay. The complaint brings civil counts including battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. It alleges a violent incident occurred about October 27th near Tootsie's, a Miami club. So I'm assuming that's October 27th of this year. So what the fuck? It's been how many days since then? It's been a week, nigga? It's been a week? So, nigga, when you were supposed to be in training camp preparing for Jake Paul, you at Tootsie's, nigga? Like, nigga, are you focused for real? You getting back in that on that AB shit? Anyways, Tootsie's is a Miami club, by the way, for people who don't know. Russell claims, and I hope I'm saying her name right, Davis assaulted her in a back room, dragged her through stairwells and exits, physically assaulted her in the parking garage, and made threats, including alleged threats to unalive. The complaint also alleges prior abusive incidents during a roughly 5-month relationship. Yo, let's emphasize that last statement. The complaint also alleges prior abusive incidents during a roughly 5-month relationship. Tank, you was with this bitch for 5 months, and within those 5 months, you assaulted her multiple times? You don't even know the bitch. Nigga, the first few months, that's supposed to be the best. That's like the best part of the relationship, nigga. When you in the infatuation stage, like you obsessed with Shawty, you sprung, you love this bitch. This nigga must have smacked this hoe the first day he saw her. He probably smacked her on the first date. How the fuck is you within 5 months of dealing with a bitch? You putting hands on her 5 months in? Listen, abuse is not right, point blank, period. Whether y'all been together 5 months or 50 years, let's not get it fucked up. You know what I mean? And, bitches could be lying. But this is a repeated offense from Gervonta Davis with multiple women. Nigga, where I'm from, where there's smoke, there's fire. If a bitch is lying until you can be like, yeah, just fucking with the wrong chick. But nigga, you have a decade run of putting hands on bitches, allegedly. October 27th, you're at a Miami club, Tootsie's, when you should be getting ready for Jake Paul, who in Puerto Rico training to knock your fucking block off. But what you doing? Holding bitches against their will, dragging them through a parking lot, allegedly threatening to unalive them. Anyways, Russell claims physical and psychological injuries. Oh, yeah, she pulling out the PTSD bag, anxiety, fear for her safety. Not a good job. And seeks damages under the civil claims. News reports note a police report exists associated with the incident. So this might have actually went down if a police report was made. This is a civil lawsuit. Monetary and injunctive relief possible. So for people who don't know, injunctive relief, that means like the court could demand that he stays away from her. You know what I mean? That the judge could tell Gervonta, don't post shit about her. They could order Gervonta to stop doing something. You know what I'm saying? Separately, an earlier Florida domestic violence criminal charge against Davis from mid-2025 was dropped. Unrelated civil suit, but relevant background. My nigga. And I was just saying yesterday how I didn't read the court documents yesterday, but I'm like, no, it wasn't yesterday. The day before, 'cause I wasn't on yesterday. It's like, bro, can a woman lie on a man? Absolutely, absolutely. I felt that doesn't happen to me before, but I've only ever been accused by one woman. It says Sun YSM link. He in here? Where he at? It's only YSM. Cause I'll be having weird. I mean, unless you like really, with the nation. You know what I mean? I'm not sending links out to nobody because had that weird ass situation. Oh, he's here. I don't see him. Oh shit, I see it right here. Damn, I ain't see it. He wrote at 10:56. Oh, it was a couple minutes ago. But yeah, man, it's like where there's smoke, there's fire for real, bro. Now, like if one woman, or like I said, two lying on you, it is what it is. You run into toxic women, and some of them bitches like to lie. But it's like, bro, it's multiple, and then it's like they also got you on camera being physical with women, so that definitely don't hurt you. That definitely don't help your case. You feel what I mean? Is this YSM? Let me see. All right, it is him. Yo,
Mark, what's good?
what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
I'm alright. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed though.
Talk to me. What you disappointed about?
We all men, right? I'm older than you would think.
Okay.
And I don't want to get too far into the, what actually happened because I wasn't there, and you already know how man and woman relationships, like it's very great.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to talk about the business of it. When you are the guy, when you are the draw, when you wear the crown, there's a lot of people that depend on you. There's the people on the undercard, there's the people with the promotion, there's hotels, there's casinos, taxi drivers, Uber drivers, clothing stores, restaurants. Everybody depends on you. Everybody depends on you to be where you say you want to be, right? So if the fight's September 13th, you need to be there September 13th. You need to make weight. You need to be there. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. If you the dude that is carrying the sport, you the dude that's making all the money, you have to be available. You have to be professional. For everybody in the chat, when Canelo Alvarez say he fight May 5th, does Canelo Alvarez not fight May 5th?
He rumbling May 5th.
If Terrence Crawford says he's going to be there September 13th, is Terrence Crawford going to be there September 13th?
Correct.
Is he going to make weight? Is it going to be a show that night?
Yes, there is.
So you telling me a month, 2 months out, I can depend on Terrence Crawford because I know that if I book my shit, I won't have to get insurance because Terrence Crawford will be where he says he's going to be. With Gervonta Davis, I was supposed to go to that fight. I was going to get credentials to the fight. Bro, I purposely didn't book my shit. Purposely. Because this is the same type dude that comes to press conferences an hour, 2 hours late. I can't depend on him. And that's the thing that I'm going to highlight on. Gary Antoine was dependent on you. Andy Hiroka was dependent on you. Bumgarner was dependent on you. Netflix was dependent on you. There's a bunch of people dependent on you. Jamal Harvey depending on you. Young bulls like Jamal Harvey's from Maryland. Dudes is getting happy because they getting opportunities on your card. The same way you got opportunities on Lamont Peterson in them cards when you was young.
Correct.
Everybody's dependent on you, and you letting everybody down consistently.
Yeah.
And this like, I'm gonna say this, man. I know he draws a lot. He's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. He puts butts in the seats. But I think for the sake of the sport of boxing, you cannot make him a priority. He has to be like a special guest appearance. He got to be the Roman Reigns of boxing. He pops, he comes and he pops out. one show a year, one show every 2 years, but you can't depend on him. You cannot depend on him going forward. And I think PBC, if you are putting your eggs in a Gervonta Davis basket, your company's going to fold.
Yeah. That was well said, and that's actually a great point. I think that especially this, most recent with Gervonta Davis, I didn't really even think about this, but come to think of it now, I mean, he's had fight dates pushed back consistently. He has been shown to be very unprofessional, and this is a huge letdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody in Javon, and we was already disappointed that he didn't follow through with the Lamont Roach rematch. That was something that was highly in demand. It wasn't something that people had asked for initially, but after we saw the fight, I was like, oh yeah, we need to see that again. And I think, in my opinion, Gervonta Davis, he led that situation on, act like he was going to take the rematch, and one day he just decided not to. A lot of people was like, all right, well, he's making a shit ton of money out of it. Let him get his money. But Gervonta Davis is taking part in things outside of the game. And I'm reading these court documents, Mill. They're saying that this man was at Tootsie's a week ago. Why are you at Tootsie's when you're supposed to be fighting 2 to 3 weeks before? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you locked in Camp Mill, like, nothing else should be mattering. Not a woman, not a club, none of that. For real, I don't even know why he's, in Miami. I know the fight is taking place.
He do training camps in Miami.
Yeah, but that's just not a good look, man. Like, if you having these type of incidents, like, and you just came off of one of them bad situations, you need to get the hell away from that area.
Yo, let's have another conversation.
Okay.
Why do you keep fucking with the same kind of, like? I don't know what happened.
Yo,
I don't know what happened. Why do you keep fucking with the same kind of bitch, bro?
That's exactly
I think you should go get yourself the boring chick, the chick that got the 9 to 5, right? We all like. I don't know if y'all ever had the girlfriend that falls that get tired at 9:22 p.m. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's her in the room right now.
Exactly. Go get you a boring John, bro. Go get you a pretty boring John and go have a bunch of kids, man. Go get you the John that wake up at 6:05, 5:45 a.m. Get that chick, bro. You fucking around with the same kind of John and you getting the same kind of results. Because this is a different girl. This ain't the girl that he just went through. This ain't a baby mom. This is a chick he messing with.
Yeah, they ain't the John that put shit on his toothbrush neither.
Come on, bro.
Some super bad John. And I was saying, like, with the type of money that, Gervonta Davis ain't broke. It's like you really have the resources necessary to basically get any chick you want, but you keep deciding to fuck with these type of women, and it just keep giving you the same type of situations, and that's just not beneficial to you, your family, or your career. Shout out to Keith Thurman. That nigga went out to Nepal and got him a chick.
Yo, it's chicks, right, that are pretty, that are like, get them chicks that be going to Howard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you from Maryland? It's plenty of beautiful women in Maryland that got sense. You want to fuck with them baddies. Everybody want to fuck with what's the Krishan Michelle or G Herbo's baby mom. Everybody want to fuck with the same type of chicks and then wonder why you keep getting the same results.
Yeah, man, you gotta change it. Gervonta need to. What you think, Noah? Do you think that? I mean, I know you probably don't know because I don't think you probably know his circle all like that. Do you think he got real niggas around him, or he just a hard-headed little nigga? What you think it is?
No, he got real niggas. He got real niggas around him, but some motherfuckers can't have success, bro. Some people don't do well with winning because now you can't never tell them anything. He got 2 sturdy old heads in his corner, but now when you start making $10s and $20s million, now all of a sudden you don't want to listen to your old heads. Now I'm not telling you of anything that I know per se. I'm just telling you what I observed. And what I observed is once certain types of people start making money, they only want to listen to dudes that got more money than them. Give me the dudes that I know love me, whether I got it or whether I don't got it.
Yeah.
Give me them, yo. Your old heads, outside of your parents, your old heads and your friends are the most important influences in your fucking life.
Yeah, bro. That support system is really important, man. And your support system can really make or break you, bro. So I don't know exactly. I mean, you say, I'm assuming the two old heads you're talking about Kenny and Calvin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they OGs, you know what I'm saying? Like Calvin, he done went through his experiences. I'm sure that made him a better person. He knows what to, get into. He knows what to avoid. I don't know too much about Kenny, but I'm assuming, he's a wise adult himself. So it's sad to see somebody, make these horrible decisions, and then, he clearly got people around him they gotta be telling him. There's no way that they just sitting there and just letting him, go through these situations and not, had these type of talks with him. It just sucks that, he got knowledgeable people around him that clearly want to see him. Like, I know Coach Calvin look at Tank like his son. So I know that when Calvin witnesses Tank go through these type of situations, I know that got to be heartbreaking for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure that Calvin done sat him down and, try to get talks with him. But like I guess when you get to a certain point, and there was a lot of people that was saying that Javonte was showing that type of energy when Calvin was in his corner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like being how can you say this? Like I'm not gonna say condescending, but like trying to like belittle Coach Calvin. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just on ring shit. So I can only imagine how the way he treats Calvin outside the ring.
Listen, some dudes, when they reach a certain level, you can't tell them shit. Niggas want to listen when they cold. Niggas don't like to listen when they hot.
Yeah.
But listening when you hot, keep you hot.
That's a fact.
Now, I'm not even saying he did this because I know how relationships work, and I know kidnapping, when you find out, like when you read the definition of kidnapping is taking somebody from one side of the room to the other side of the room.
Yeah, I was just talking about that in my group chat. Like you could you could grab somebody, and if they're not willing to go to that particular area, and you're still taking them there, that's technically kidnapping. You feel what I'm saying?
Bro, we men, right? Our girl has gotten out of the car because of an argument. And then now you got to walk down half the block or chase down half the block and get her to get back in the car because you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Technically, that's kidnapping.
It is. It is. But I think people think kidnapping is like what you see in the movies and shit. You duct tape them, put him in a trunk, and like, no, not at all. It's a lot. It could be a lot more simple than that. And you might have done it and not even known that you did it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yo, if you
said Boots listens to Bozy, I'm sure he do, and I'm sure he listened to his brothers too. I'm sure they don't play that shit. But Boots don't have these situations. Like Boots not on a 10-year span right now of getting in consistent bullshit. See
bro, get you a nice boring chick. Get you a boring, pretty chick that binge watches fucking shows on Netflix and Hulu, bro. Get that chick, bro. These niggas want the chick that's on the gram popping, and I mean that's all well and fun, but that's not the chick that you invest in. If she got you wanting to go down in Tootsies and fuck her up in Kent, she's not the chick that you're supposed to be taking seriously, bro. So pump and dump.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have a chick that's so fucking annoying. She's supposed to be extension of your coach. You're not supposed to be eating that. Why you eating that? Calvin said that you're supposed to drop 3 pounds this week. You only dropped 1. You always bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? The annoying girl. You're supposed to have her.
Right.
Oh no.
Like, and I don't mean to, point anybody out, but when I see like a perfect from the outside, of course, it's like Caleb Plant and his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like I see, and I think her name is Jordan. Like Jordan, she really be on Caleb Plant throughout the course of them training camps, bro. Like Caleb was talking about how she scores the rounds while he spars and stuff like that. And she'll dead ass telling him whether, like, you know what I mean, you lost a round or you won the round. Like you need that type of support. You need that type of woman that come from them type of angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like October 27th. What date is that? I'll tell you right now. That was a week ago. That was literally a week ago.
Yeah, a week ago.
Since he's on a Monday, bro, get that bitch out of here. Are you in the club on a Monday? Oh my god!
Tissy on a Monday is insane, yo.
On a fucking Monday. That's what the court documents say. I'm reading it right here. October 27th, bro.
Wait, so that had to be if it was after midnight, then I gotta be really Sunday. But you are in camp, brother.
Yeah, he's supposed to be asleep.
Yo, Mark, you know how much he was supposed to make, Mark? First off, the tickets wasn't selling for shit.
Yeah.
The tickets weren't selling.
I'm ask you this though. Do you think that, because I was thinking about this too, I wasn't too sure. I wanted to ask you, since you here, do you think that MVP and them noticed that the tickets wasn't doing too well? They seen that situation, so they used that as a way to just chalk the fight?
Yes.
Okay.
If the tickets ain't selling.
Because I was thinking, like, if these tickets was really selling, they would have found a way to look past that shit.
You damn right, but yo, if you go and you look at them tickets, half the tickets were sold. Half. 2 weeks out. That's supposed to be a mega fight with 2 fucking insane A-sides.
Okay. Speaking of that, Jake Paul put a whole statement out. So let me go ahead and share that, John. I want to know what the people think, of course, and yourself, of course. He says, Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, just like you just pointed out. To the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits, if you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man could commit. I didn't want to get his woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. I mean, you did, but it is what it is. My company champions women, which I said that shit the day before yesterday. I was like, this kind of would make. I said, if Jake Paul was to follow through with this fight after these accusations, it'll make him look like a hypocrite because MVP Promotions is like this pro women, promotional company. Yet you're about to headline a fight with a guy who's, been tied to multiple domestic violence accusations. So that would have been crazy. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team at MVP, and to the team who worked so hard prepping for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind again. It's scary that devilish men like this can rise to the top of culture and sports, including in positions of power. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces, swag, and search for something deeper to be a fan of. Damn.
I think he's more so angry at his professionalism because you knew he smacked up chicks or was accused. You knew he was accused of doing shit well before that. So I think you are upset about his lack of professionalism. So I get it.
Yeah, I understand that. He pointed out the other shit just to make his, point sound stronger, but we know he ain't give a fuck about none of that because, he didn't. Just say that because he would have never fought him in the first place because his history is kind of extensive with them type of accusations. But yeah, Anonymous just said the same thing. He said that sound good, Jake. Those accusations and incidents were there before you made the fight. Stop milking the moment. Facts. Pagar says, shout out to the people for not buying that BS ass fight. Damn. And even if the fight didn't really do so well, I'm sure Tank would have made a good amount of money.
Well, they had the guaranteed money from Netflix, but what's the point? Like, the goal is to eat. As soon as they cut the prices, I knew that something was going. I knew it was going to be an injury or something that was going to cause this fight not to happen.
Okay, so that was true because I was reading about that, but I didn't know exactly where that was coming from.
With the tickets,
the tickets dropping significantly, yeah.
Bro. They cut the ticket prices drastically. Mark, like two and a half weeks out, I knew. I'm like, yo, ain't no way in hell this fight happened.
Shit.
Like, if you see if the tickets is still on there. See if the tickets is still on there.
All right, bet. Let me take a look. I highly doubt it because they just announced that they canceled everything and they was already talking about issuing refunds, shit like that. Let me see. Jake Paul. Nah, they ain't got it up here. Not on StubHub. Let me check somewhere else.
Check Ticketmaster.
All right, I'm looking at Vivid Seats right now. They got tickets from $123. Let's see. Good.
I'm gonna text you the screenshot of the tickets.
Yo, a lot of these tickets still available though. I'm looking at this map right here. Bro, they only sold like some close to the ring tickets. Damn. They got tickets as low as like 230, 159. Damn. Bro, they couldn't get nobody to buy them $6,000 tickets, $2,300 tickets. Shit is crazy. Bad Boom Balloon says tickets.
I texted to you.
Okay.
Look at that.
I don't see it right now. Said them tickets dropped hella for Devin versus Ryan, and the arena ended up being packed as fuck. Well, there was a demand for that fight, but the reason why the tickets dropped crazy because Ryan was losing his fucking mind, and they didn't know if he was gonna make it to the fight or not. That's what that situation was. He was going crazy. But once they seen that the fight was solidified, they came in last minute and bought a lot of them tickets. That's what ended up happening. But yeah. I'm glad there was some type of I'm glad I wasn't tripping because initially when they was coming out with that rumor that Tank was getting pulled off of the card, I'm like, bro, he either really fucked up or they using this whole situation of Tank being possibly pulled off of the card as like a promotional tool. You know what I mean? To like get people like more, interested in the fight. So, damn, that shit is real. For front row $2. And Jake's still in line to headline Netflix event next month. I was seeing that they either
it's looking like December 14th.
December 14th.
That's a Sunday.
I thought they were saying like a Friday evening.
All right, so I looked at the IBF website.
Okay.
Right now, you can if you look at the IBF website, it gives you a schedule of fights. and it has Alicia Baumgartner and the other girl, another girl that held the IBF titles, and it got them fighting December 14th in Miami. See if you can pull it up.
Okay. All right, I'm in November right now. And this on IBF's website?
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing. Okay, I got it right here. Let me go ahead and share that. Yep, I didn't see it at first, but I see it. Yeah, that's very true. December 14th, most valuable promotions: Alicia Baumgartner versus Leela. That Budoin. Okay. And they got a few different ones. So they also have Charnika Johnson versus Amanda Gale. Yeah. Alicia's at 122? I thought featherweight was 126.
I thought she fought at 130. Mm-mm.
Junior featherweight is 122. Ain't no way Alicia getting down there. She look big as shit at 130. What? I don't know. Maybe that's an error. I don't know. But yeah. Maybe. That's a possibility. That's a possibility, y'all. December 14th. Let me see. Let me see what the people talking about. Braden Golson says, "What's up?" And things happen in his life. Tank gonna find a way to get his money. He just needs to live these young girls. He needs to leave these young girls alone because I'm 24. I'd rather have other women. They more wiser. Salute. Yeah, I don't know if Alicia making 122, man. If that's the case, she just need to go ahead and fight Amanda. What they waiting for? Shit. Damn. Yo, Mel, I just got them ticket pictures, bro.
Ass.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's very concerning. But shit, karma's a motherfucker, ain't it? Karma's a motherfucker, bro.
Undefeated.
Beth Annual says, I heard Andre was approached as a possible replacement. I do not believe that shit.
Yo.
I do not believe that shit.
You want to hear the list?
Yes.
Remember, you got to sell it to Netflix, bro.
Bro, he not beating no Andre.
Yo, but
no.
He
not gonna do that with Ward, bro. Ward got yeah, what's the list? You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me hear it.
Andre Ward.
Okay.
Nate Diaz. Francis Ngannou. Wait, let me look again.
I seen Francis Ngannou responded. He said he wasn't interested.
Ryan Garcia.
Oscar not letting that happen.
And you ready for the bombshell?
What's that?
Terrence Crawford.
Yo, I would love to see the Terrence Crawford one. Oh my God. Can we make that happen?
Mark, you got to factor in. Netflix is putting this on. Netflix isn't going to approve of you in there with, Mike Perry or Julio Cesar Chavez. No.
It got to be a killer. It's somebody who could really sell. It's the only way. Nate Diaz, I'd be surprised if Netflix was to pick that up.
Didn't he already fight?
Yeah, he whooped him. So I'm saying the
I'm
Ryan
done with the chips, agent. I'm sorry, bro. I'm done with the chips. I
bro,
apologize.
I ate all of mine, bro. Shit, I usually be snacking on the live. Shit, a rat.
But yeah, bro. I think they gave out 200 M's for this.
200. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they trying to make that motherfucking money back. But yeah, he fought Nate a couple years ago. Like he dropped Nate and all. Nate
Yeah.
was Nate was tough. He was himself. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think Netflix gonna really care too much about that one. That's probably like a last resort type John. They're gonna have to promote the shit out of that to get that popping on Netflix. But
Ryan's fighting Barrios. So,
yeah, I already see the WBC putting it in motion. You seen they lifted the ban?
yeah, so that's I think that's done. I think it's gonna be, bro. I think it's gonna be Dre.
What?
I think it's gonna be Dre.
Oh my god, I hope so. Cause you know Ward been wanting to catch that nigga for a minute.
Yeah, but I think
Ward, he been kind of pissed at Jake Paul. He was pissed after that Mike Tyson joint.
Yeah, I think that when you look at everybody, you ain't gonna do Bud because to me, Bud's a little thrown off. You can tell Bud like, yo, you know, it's gonna be exhibition and this and that, and Bud might get in there and start tweaking.
But I think Andre Ward like that too.
Yeah, but with Ward, one, he not active.
Yeah,
it's been like 7 years.
Right.
And Ward's in his 40s. So if ever there was a time to look good, it would be now. Like Ngannou says he's not with it, but anybody can talk. If they put 25 in front of you, what you gonna say?
Ngannou
No.
need to stop acting like he ain't about that money. That's what he needs to stop acting like. If they throw the right figures, he'll do it. But it's like I don't know. That's so hard for me to believe that. Like I know Netflix putting the bread up and shit, but I don't know, man. Like
the same niggas that was talking shit, Lamont and Shakur and all them dudes. Let Jake say, look, I got this dub. Man, we out.
shit, I thought Bella Face said I thought YSM said something about Tank making 150.
If everything was going right, now that it's over, they told me Tank would have made 178. If everything went perfect. Now that was before the tickets not selling and all that shit. Well, yeah, Netflix was guaranteeing them 200 to split, and the rest would have came from sponsorships, ticket sales, etc. 178 was the number I was told.
178 M's, bro. Damn.
Yep. Now I can talk about it because the shit's over and done with. But yeah, 178 is the number I was told.
You shot that number at me like a month ago. Yeah. That nigga fumbled damn near 200 mil.
Bro.
He was flexing too. He was like, yeah, man, you want to talk shit, nigga? You want to talk shit? Now you ain't going to eat. Nigga. Guess what? You not neither, nigga.
Hilarious.
You ain't going to eat neither. And guess what? Lamont about to eat. And you not.
Right?
Go fight that case, nigga.
Yo, do you know, like, think about right now, us regular people. Can you imagine if you fucked up 100 bands? Like 100 bands. Like you would be sick if you fucked up 50 bands.
I fucked up 50 bands before. Yeah.
You would be sick. Like you be staring out the window when it's raining. 178, bro.
That probably make me smack a bitch. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey, Bella. Yo, when they said it to me, I'm like, yo, stop lying to me. It's one of the people I get my information off of. Remember, I was talking about Laura versus Jannebeck way before anybody else was.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I thought it was bullshit. Nah, 178. They said if everything, Netflix, the same way they guaranteed Canelo and Crawford 200 to split, they gave Tank and Jake 200 to split. Now, if everything would have went right, he would have made 178.
Damn. Tank thought he had a back door and that shit was locked.
Yo, there was a reason why he was talking crazy.
Yeah, he was like, man, I'm up. He was like, man, fuck everybody. I'm up. Like, I finally got what I wanted.
He was talking like Jay-Z. Y'all only get half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. They said Tank officially in his AB era?
Yeah.
Shit.
I agree, I said.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, I ain't the type of nigga who laugh at people who, you know, have fucked up moments and shit. But it was like, bro, you shot yourself in the foot with that whole situation, bro. And plus, it was like, it's not like you was out here moving humble and then, you know what I mean, you just got, I mean, you just fell into some bad times. No, you was talking crazy about everybody. Let me see. He said, I lost $10 on the Packers and I'm still pissed. I get it. Say you definitely that petty Mazuma when it comes to boxing. Man. All right. R3 said Tank gonna need therapy for the rest of his life on his generational fumble. Sheesh. Said read my John. Tank fucked up 178 mil and hit. Oh wow. Hit his John with the same shit he hit Santa Cruz with. Oh wow. Rolly just posted a poster of him versus Jake on his story and his page.
Everybody, man.
Rolly out here clout chasing.
Man,
you know, I'm like, Rolly, what you talking about, man?
I'm gonna tell every fucking Philly nigga, call that nigga out now. Niggas talking about they want to be undisputed. Fuck that shit.
Every time I hit Rolly up, he's like, I'm just trolling. I'm like, oh my God. All right, bro.
Man, look. 178, Mark.
I don't even want to think from his shoes, bro. I really don't.
Yeah, but I think it's more of the professionalism than anything. It was more of him just being unwilling, like, yo, like I said, press conferences, photo shoots. He didn't want to do nothing. Like, I think he's going through something. And, you know, I just hope he gets the help that he needs, because being a man in today's society, it ain't easy.
No,
but
money will intensify that shit.
Exactly. But a man always got to be a man, though. Always. Like, what they call toxic masculinity? I feel like it's a lack of masculinity going on.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know what happened, but it's not a good look that this is the constant thing on your jacket. Like, it'd be one thing if you was just out here getting in the shit, beating niggas up in the streets. You know what I mean? And niggas say something to you, you whooping his ass. All right, cool. Like, I would still tell you need to control yourself, but having this hanging over your head, this ain't it, yo. This ain't it. And I'm being really, really careful about how I speak on this because I don't know. But this ain't it, yo. Well, Mark, I'm about to go to sleep. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. You enjoy the rest of your night, brother.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Talking to Rolly Romero right now, y'all. Said Tank Girl said, "Don't take a knee versus Jake Hair Grease Man." And Tank lost to hit that girl at the same time. He hit Frank Martin. He said, "I'm just baiting to see if I could get this fight. I'll go off on Ryan another day." I didn't get to really no R3. We pretty much jumped right into the Javante Davis situation when YSM came on, but we definitely gonna talk about the Berlanga Resendiz situation. I already got that shit cooked up, ready to go. Rolly said he trying to figure out this fight right now. I'm trying to see if that Pacquiao John's still an option for Rolly. What the fuck going on with Pacquiao? Because of sound like Rolly trying to take the he trying to take the Ryan fight from Barrios. That's what it sounds like. Rolly said he trying to get that fight. Well, if y'all, I've been talking to Rolly on and off for these past few months. He told me, bro, I got 3 options. You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, I got like a Barrios fight's an option, which I was hoping that he would get. But he said the Manny Pacquiao John and the Ryan rematch. But Oscar De La Hoya already said that he don't want Ryan to fight Rolly not because he can't win, which is I believe that to be untruthful. I think the reality is Ryan can't beat Rolly. I think Rolly just got his card. You feel what I mean? No, I ain't leaking Rolly number. But he said that because the first fight was boring. It's like the only one who brought action to the fight was Rolly. Your fighter didn't bring it. And now you want to criticize both of them? No, it was your guy. It was your guy who made the fight boring. But I don't think Oscar really wants Ryan to fight Rolly. I think Oscar is more in the direction of getting Ryan to fight Mario Barrios. That's what I think the situation is. It's an easier fight. And it's for a world title. And you don't necessarily have to. Why go after Rolly Romero's title when he already beat you when you can fight somebody, who's less formidable, the weakest link in the division, and it's for the prestigious WBC title. Why not? So I think what Rolly's trying to do right now, he's trying to put bait out there. He's trying to get Ryan, he's trying to put Ryan Garcia in a situation where, he can feel the pressure to rematch him. You think Oscar also hoeing Ryan too? What you mean? What you mean by that, Slime? All right. Okay. All right. Like my son likes to say. My son, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's transition on to the next subject, man. What y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about the WBC lifting the ban on Ryan Garcia, or do you want to talk about the Berlanga Resendiz situation? Because we already spoke about Tank, stupid ass, fumbling the bag. You know what I mean? Can't keep his motherfucking palms off bitches' cheekbone. So, you know what I mean? What we gonna talk about, man? Y'all, I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. I usually direct the conversation, but I feel like these are all interesting topics that I got a lot to say about. So, which one are we gonna talk about? Let's talk about the King of New York. Yo, Marley, you petty for that, brother. It's looking like Garcia versus Devin for unification. You could... Let's see. R3 says Berlanga, we already know the WBC are crooks. We still gonna talk about them regardless, because any opportunity I get, I'm gonna talk some shit about the WBC. Because these guys are some of the, like, they ain't got no shame. You know how like motherfuckers be corrupt, but at least they try to hide it and try to show some type of dignity, even if it's just, even if it's just bullshit. At least they try to put it out there that they're fair, or they stand for something. Yo, the WBC don't give a fuck, bro. They don't give a fuck. Like, they got this clean boxing program, right? But it's like, y'all always find dirty niggas like innocent. So like, bro, what's the point of this motherfucking clean boxing program if all y'all do is take drug cheats, make them innocent, and put them back in your rankings like nothing happened? We did an investigation, we went through the process, and we find you innocent. How? What process did y'all take to get definitive proof that person is innocent? Like, how? I would love for somebody to ask Mauricio Suleiman that. What is the process that you take when you get somebody under the WBC rankings that fails a drug test? Okay, cool. What is the because you always speak about this process. You always speak about this process that y'all go through. Y'all investigate. Okay, cool. I'm not saying that y'all don't, but what is y'all process? How do y'all ultimately determine whether somebody is innocent or guilty? And why is it that you find more guys innocent than guilty? Because you just mean to tell me that all these drug cheats get caught by, it's an accident? Like, I don't know that. I don't know that, especially if you're if you've been a multiple timed, I guess you would say, offender of PED usage. Man, be more shut the hell up. Ain't nobody see y'all always try to redirect the energy when y'all motherfuckers be in trouble. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, bro. We not talking about Shakur. We ain't talking about Dev, nigga. Shut up. See, the difference between me and a lot of these other niggas is if a Philly nigga do some nut shit, I'm going to still call him out for it. Y'all motherfuckers be thinking because y'all from B-More and that y'all got a tank is from B-More, that y'all got to sit here and defend everything y'all do. He do. Nigga, you ain't his lawyer. He ain't paying you to defend him. See, this why I be saying Tank just need to go ahead and wife one of his boxing fans, one of his, boy fans. Because they the ones who really be going all out for him. They really the ride or dies. Not these bitches that be at twosies on a motherfucking Monday night. No. Those ain't the ones for Tank. Tank gets angry and wants to put hands on them. He needs them down. He need a wife, one of them niggas that's a diehard fan of his. Bro, they will always listen. They will jump as high as Tank tell them to. He need a wife, one of y'all. Be more boxing. He needs to wife you. Cause oh my God, the way y'all niggas ride for Tank, y'all would think that this nigga done put something in y'all. Like y'all niggas be acting like y'all, what that shit called? Y'all niggas be acting like y'all dickmatized or something. Like this nigga done laid some pipe on y'all and y'all don't know how to act now. This nigga Tank said, this nigga Slime said Tank need the wife Najee. Najee don't talk back, brother. Oh, but he only submissive for niggas who got braids and tattoos. Not like Dev, you know what I mean? He ain't gonna talk back to Dev. He ain't gonna talk back to Tank though. Like, damn. Like, yeah, bro. Tank, like, really missing out on his true love. Like, it ain't no girl that be shaking ass at 2Cs or whatever the case is. It ain't that bitch who put shit on his toothbrush. I want to know where she got that shit from. If this bitch took a shit and actually put Tank's toothbrush in the toilet and scraped a piece of her shit on there, that's a malevolent, that's a nefarious bitch. That bitch is malevolent. I think that's how you say it. That bitch is a art like a villain. That is some nasty shit. Those ain't the ones for you, Tank. The girl, the ones who got vaginas, they're no good for you. You need somebody who got the same genitals that you have, brother. Because they the only ones who gonna listen to you. Tank, you got too much money to be stressing. You got way too much money to be stressing. And let's keep it real. You've been coming out and showing us that you may be interested in the man's butt. Let's just keep it real. You may very well be got from the baby's diaper. That's some sick shit. Cause my baby diaper be stinking. So the fact that you open that bitch up, like that's crazy. But anyways, you've been showing us that you might be intrigued with the man's butt. And plus, I seen Tank put out tweets before. Look at that. I seen Tank put out tweets before about knowing niggas who, like, he was talking about, oh yeah, like I know you was fucking this nigga. And how you know about gay people business? I'm gonna ask y'all something. Niggas who straight, like niggas who really straight, don't know about gay niggas business. I'm telling you, for all my niggas that like women in the building that are heterosexual men, how many of y'all know tea about gay niggas? How many? Because I'm going to tell y'all, the gay community, bro, they're very tight-knit. You know what I mean? So if you're really knowing of their situation, like if Tank is really like informed on what's going on, like if he got gay nigga T hitting his motherfucking platform, like on his timeline, It's probably because he a part of that community. That's 22 says, hit the link I sent you, bro. It better be good. Oh shit. Barrios just let me know that Ryan and Barrios is official. Rolly just let me know that Ryan and Barrios is official. They just haven't announced it. Y'all heard it here.
Sports TV here. Salute to them.
Y'all heard it here. That nigga done got it, bro. Fucking Ryan always found a way to get his way, bro. Read what Lorenzo said. What Lorenzo said? He crazy as shit. He said nigga a bussy warrior. I'm a warrior, Chris. Oh shit. This nigga crazy. He said, I ain't come for milk, cookies, none of that. I came here looking for man's butt. Yeah, I see that. That's some wild shit. But yeah, bro, like you don't really know gay people business unless you one of them. Like I don't know what else to say. Yeah, man, but man, that's why you in the closet, nigga. You was fucking this nigga. How you know that? It's either you chilling with a bunch of bitches, which is also gay, or you dealing with them people. And them gay niggas gonna stay quiet because they see what he do to women. And you know there are gay men that like to hit women because they think they won. All right. All I know is a gay nigga never came out and ain't never come out and say I'm gay. Never. So that's wild. That's wild that they some nasty shit out here, man. What? What the fuck Slime just said? At the end of the day, Najee, I'm a man. Najee, a man who's gay. You like niggas get that through your head. He ain't say that. Tank let Diddy pick him up and didn't resist. I remember that video. That's some wild shit. Y'all niggas wilding in the chat. But I don't know how we got back to the Tank talk, but damn, bro. What the hell was we talking about before? Oh yeah, Rolly saying that fight announced. I'm trying to bring Rolly Romero back on the channel. That's funny as shit that B-More ain't say nothing after that. Hey, what? Yeah, I seen what Tank said about Conte. That was super corny. Like going to damn, y'all keep reading. I'm trying to stay on track with this fucking live. Y'all keep sending me
end of the day, Ronnie, I am a man. A man who's gay. You like niggas. Get that to your head. A nigga that's gay. Get it through your head.
Hey, yo. Y'all niggas wildin'. Yo, I'm fucking dead. This nigga Slime is a fucking asshole, bro. Anyways,
A nigga who's gay.
talking all that man shit, nigga. You spread them cheeks, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? That nigga Tank got a master's degree in Backbeaters University. Fuck out of here. Moist booty ass nigga. Yo. Yo, that man, and I ain't got no, bro. Listen, man. I already tell y'all all the time. Mazuma TV, the nation, we boxing fans, bro. They call Tank Mr. Asthma. That nigga Tank went to jail. They called that nigga. They said they was calling that nigga Tank Peppermint Patty. They said they was calling that nigga Tank Peppermint Patty in jail. Oh my God. They was calling that. They called. Yo. That nigga said, you know I'm dangerous. What? He put that nigga Tank in a pretzel. Yo. They had that nigga, they put that nigga Tank in a pretzel behind them bars, man. That's why he keep getting in trouble. He trying to go back. Tank got a secret condo in the neighborhood. No one know about. Yo. Nigga on the 48th floor having a dildo party. Super bad, John. Happy anniversary to the wifey, by the way. It's 12 in the morning. Me and the wifey made 2 years. You know what I mean? That son Tank don't know nothing about. Tank ain't never keep pussy around that long. Like Tank like, ew. Tank see pussy be like, ew. Tank look like the type nigga, he see a fat ass and be like, yuck. Yo. Ugh. Nick J, thank you. Yo, y'all niggas distracting. I almost told my girl happy birthday. He beats them court. Who said that? Who said? Bella said he beat his bitches quarterly? Slime said Tank got a pocket bussy in his gym bag. They said that nigga Tank anus the strongest muscle in his body. All right, Bella, I'm gonna chill. Oh my God. Y'all niggas crazy. Booty. I'm a warrior, Chris. Yeah. They said it was his tonsils. That nigga said, I box and my tonsils look like a speed bag. Oh my God, this is getting demonetized for sure. You know I'm a boxer. take the type nigga. You know I'm a boxer, right? Hit my tonsils like a speed bag. Hey, yo. Yo. Oh my God. That shit giving me a headache. I don't even get headaches. They said Tank ex-boyfriend beat Tank ass because his pussy was trash. They said take pussy ass? Literally? They said take pussy ass, literally. What? Man, that's why Tank going through all them problems, man. He trying to convince himself, maybe if I beat this bitch one more time, I'll like her. That nigga Tank like, man, I done had all these kids. I done beat all these women. I can't be around them, man. It's nothing like just beating on a nigga. It's nothing like beating on a nigga. Oh my God. Just hitting a nigga just feels so much better. You know how Tank be talking. Just hitting a nigga just feels so much better. Who? Y'all hating on that young man? Who hating on the young man, nigga? Who you talking about? You alright? We nigga over here in Philly, that shit called bidding when we make fun of somebody, nigga. Can't be talking to me. Why you keep saying shit that at the end say a glazer? Nigga, is that what you is? Because in Philly, a glazer's a dick eater. So is you a glazer? Let me know. The fuck is you talking about? In Philly, that shit called bidding. If you don't like it, you ain't got to be a part of the show, brother. I just wonder if you ain't find it funny when he disrespected boxing fans. How about when he was talking about? How about when he was talking about somebody who just passed away today? How about that? When he was speaking ill on the dead. Did you find that funny? Was he hating on Victor Conti? Did I misunderstand, Dank Father? Let me know. Shout out to my boy J Cash with the $5 super chat. He said, YouTube moderators ain't gonna like this, John. I can't read that. Like, I'm trying to leave at least some type of hope. He's quoting Glazers. Oh shit! I'm so sorry, Dank Father. God damn. He's quoting Tank Glazers. I'm thinking these are his statements. God damn it. If I could time myself out, I would. Let me take a moment of silence for disrespecting Dank Father when he ain't mean no harm. All right, we good. That was some nut shit. My fault. God damn. Everybody apologize to Dank Father, man. Wait, this nigga got a picture of Victor Conti as his profile pic? Is that Victor Conti as Dank Father's picture? You got to put the quotes next time, Dank Father, because it looked like it was your statement. You got to put the quotes on them. He kept putting a glazer. I'm like, are you calling yourself that? This nigga Dank cold-blooded. You cold-blooded. I feel like you being sarcastic, but this nigga said I'm snack strong for life. That nigga Tank said, I'm going to be the only snack around here. I'm the only snack. I'm the only snack. That's why I take mad. That's why I take mad for real. He ain't mad that Victor Conti be giving niggas PED or gave niggas PEDs. You know what I mean? Snack. I'm the only snack. Like, go ahead, Tay. You tripping. How you gonna call himself a snack and that's what they called me? That nigga Tank wild. That's why he hitting these women. He feels like, and there's niggas who's like that, man. Like they so insecure about themselves, they tattoo their whole body. That's why every time you see Tank, he got a new tattoo. He tatted up his whole face. He wanna give you that vibe like he this tough, dangerous street nigga. He this tough, dangerous street nigga who, you know what I mean, that get the hoes. Whole time, he's a insecure, unsure, violent homosexual. That's what you is. I seen a nigga do an interview with that white boy, and this nigga had his feet crossed. He had one foot on top of the other. He looking up at him like he waiting for a fucking cream pie. Fucking cream pie. That motherfucker was looking at that boy like he was waiting for that shit to hit his chin. Yo, y'all niggas is thinking I'm playing. Hold on. That nigga was looking up at that white boy like he was ready to do whatever. He's like, yo, this motherfucking white boy tell me what to do, I'm gonna do it. That's the fuck Javante was on. Hold on. Look at this John. Look. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at the way he looking at this nigga. You can't tell me that's a heterosexual, like, you can't tell me there's heterosexual energy. What straight nigga look at a nigga like this? Look. Look how the way his feet is. Mind you, this nigga 5'3" with his feet, with one foot on top of the other like this. He feeling this white boy.
We're coming up on 3 a.m. here. It's a late night. How do you celebrate a victory like this? Does it start tonight?
Look at him. Hands crossed, one foot on top of the other. He looking up at the nigga.
Tomorrow morning, obviously.
Why he chewing his gum? This nigga's in love.
Go ahead to Ryan Garcia. What's next?
I'm about to go get me some food.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know yet.
I'm about to get me some food. I don't know yet. But I'm about to get me some food. Like, nigga, what is you doing?
But I probably need a cheesesteak or something.
All right.
Cheesesteak for sure and some fries.
Oh no, nigga, don't be mentioning no cheesesteaks, man. That's our shit. You know what I mean? Don't be talking like, you know what I mean, you like man's butt and then be bringing up a Philly staple. That's a no-no, nigga. Fuck wrong with you?
Probably chill, hell up for a couple of days, and then I gotta go back to camp, man.
Eat good and relax, and then right back to it.
No, eat bad and relax.
There you go.
Eat bad and relax. You know what I mean?
That's all I got,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all, man.
We're coming up on.
You see how that nigga when he did the dab, when the white boy pulled him in, he came off of 1 foot. Nigga was like, oh my god, look how the way he looking at this nigga. Like he want to suck the skin off that motherfucker. That's a dangerous nigga right here, man. That's a dangerous nigga right there. Anyways, man, we ain't got bed no more. We said enough about the weirdo. But anyways, shit. I think we spoke a little bit about the WBC lifting the ban on Ryan Garcia. Let me go ahead and share Mauricio Suleiman's tweet. Where Mauricio at? Right here. He says the WBC Board of Governors, I would love to know who's a part of that, has voted in favor of lifting the ban on Ryan Garcia after his successful process, which had been documented. First comment right there, the first thing I'm thinking, what was this process and where was it documented? Is this something that we could look at personally, or this just something that y'all privately documented yourselves? The WBC has been very close to Ryan, his family, management, and promoter, and we trust a new life inside and outside of the ring will begin. We welcome you with open arms and trust you will be an ambassador for the new generation. Okay. Now, if the WBC chooses to forgive Ryan Garcia, it is what it is. But I feel like they only genuinely lifted this ban off of Ryan Garcia was, for one, they didn't want to miss out on this money move that will be Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. I think they understand that 147 is really lacking, like big names at this point in time, especially since Jerron Ennis moved up. So now it's like, Ryan Garcia, they infatuated with Ryan. They want him to be a star so bad. And like I said before, I think they look at Ryan a way that, the way that they picture Ryan and who he really is two different things. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're looking at him as like possibly this big star or, just a big name overall that can sell a lot of tickets. So why wouldn't the WBC, put their belt up for him to do it? And plus, those racist remarks was made a long time ago, which really doesn't make the situation better. I feel like once you're a racist, you're always one. You know what I'm saying? Generational Beauty says that's good news. Hopefully we get an announcement from Tank. What announcement? What announcement you want to hear from Tank? What is it that you want to hear from Tank? That he settled his lawsuit? Yeah, they definitely trying to manufacture a superstar. Little do they know, you can't really manufacture a superstar in the sport of boxing, in my opinion. They have to be made on their own. Generational Beauty, I don't know if you haven't been up to date with the current news, but Jake Paul and Tank is officially canceled. So that's a fight that's not going to happen. That fight has been canceled. They're refunding tickets, and Jake Paul may possibly come back December 14th. They're talking about sometime in December, but it's looking like December 14th, and or early 2026. That's what it's looking like. And Jake Paul is currently trying to find a replacement at this point in time. So there's no. Yeah, but unless MVP is out here just pulling out a crazy publicity stunt or just genuinely lying to the people, which I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. But at the same time, I don't think they'll be talking about. I don't think a business who's looking to make money will put out a post and say we're refunding tickets. Why would they do that? Because when if they're refunding tickets, what does that mean? They're giving money back. I don't think a business is looking to give money back to the people. You feel me? I think that they want to keep the money. I don't think they want to turn fans away from their event if the fight is still ongoing. So I don't believe that. It just don't make sense to me. That'll be the weirdest way to promote a fight ever. And plus, we're 2 weeks away from the fight, and the tickets are underselling. So if the tickets are already underselling, and they cutting ticket prices significantly, why would they say, oh, we're refunding the tickets when they're trying to get ticket sales? That's 22 just put up a link in the comments. Let me go ahead and look at that real quick. I'm trying to steer away from the Gervonta Davis talk, but I guess this is what's going to overshadow the live. We already an hour and a half in. Oh, I already read this, Des. Yeah, I already read this. So, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, you said that's for generational beauty. Okay. You need generational beauty. Let me see. Oh, shit, Slime. That might be for you, Slime. Yo, Slime, if you still in the building, she might be for you, cuz. That look like your twist, you know what I mean? Generational beauty look like your twist, Slime. But then she did make this, generational beauty did make this account like 6 days ago. So, I don't know. I wouldn't trust it. She 350 and I'm lifting. She 350, then I'm lifting. Ooh, you talking crazy. Yeah. I don't think you that strong, son. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. This nigga talking like he Mark Henry. Nah. But Mauricio Suleiman, I would love to know this, process that you went through. I would love to see what you had documented. What gives you the reassurance that Ryan Garcia won't have a mental health episode again? What gives you clarity that Ryan Garcia isn't a racist? And what gives you clarity that Ryan Garcia won't go on another racist rant again? That's what I want to know. More specifically, I would love to know what gives you reassurance that Ryan Garcia won't use PEDs again. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia, and plus, he's completely disrespected y'all in terms, like, he had the opportunity to win y'all belt in the Devin Haney fight. Not only did he test positive, but he missed weight. So, in a way, he pretty much said, fuck y'all. But the WBC is so thirsty. Mind you, they're pretty much, they're lifting this just so Ryan Garcia could get the opportunity to fight Barrios for the belt. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason why they did it. It's not because they had a change in heart or Ryan Garcia is this dramatically improved, human being who actually, loves our people. No, that's not what it is at all. The WBC sees a money move. They're all about their money. They're all about getting their percentages out these fighters' purses. They know Ryan Garcia always gets a nice little purse. You know what I mean? So if he's able to win this title off of Barrios, which he should be able to do so, they're going to be getting between 1% to 3% of that. And like I said, would they rather get 1% to 3% out of Ryan or Mario Barrios? I think it's clear who makes the most money between the two. So that's exactly why they decided to, make this happen. You know what I mean? You can see right through their plays. They ain't got no shame. You know what I mean? They ain't got no shame at all, man. You know what I mean? The money is the motivation, and they're willing to go against just about anything that compromises the sport. They're willing to go with anything, even if it means compromising the sport. And that's what the WBC has been doing for years now. You feel what I mean? And Mauricio always tries to play it. He always gets mad when media asks him tough questions. I be noticing that too. Always he got a little smart ass mouth, and he be acting like, you know what I mean, he's always in the right. When in reality, you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? You're a piece of shit. And I heard, back when your father was running the WBC, it wasn't any more different, to be honest. Y'all all about the money. You know what I mean? Whenever there isn't a money opportunity there for y'all find a way to make one, aka giving motherfuckers belts for no reason. We got the Black Lives Matter belt. We have the COVID belt. We have the Mexican. We got a special belt for Canelo and Butt, bro. Who asked y'all? Seriously, like who the fuck asked y'all to make a new belt? That's just y'all trying to include yourselves in shit. Like, that's the WBC for you though, man. They thirsty for Ryan Garcia to win a world title, bro. They trying to turn him into something that he's never actually been. You feel what I mean? And it's gonna end up biting Ryan in the ass. Pause, because I'm sure that's something they want to do with Ryan. But God don't like ugly, as they say, and the truth will always reveal itself. And even though Ryan may win that world title and he could, hang up his gloves saying that he, was a world champion, we all see what's going on, bro. And on some real shit, I'm gonna be rooting for Barrios heavy, even though I don't, he doesn't disappoint me enough. I don't think much of him. I'm gonna be rooting for Mario Barrios heavy, y'all. You know what I mean? Like rooting for Mario Barrios heavy. I hope he turned into the 140 version of himself and really put the beats on Ryan. Seriously. G tatted up TV in the building. He says, and people have made the WBC out to be like the best belt and the best one to have. That's why Mauricio Suleiman has his head stuck up his ass. Well, what I'm going to say is the reason why people praise the WBC belt is the history that they had. A lot of great champions have carried their belt. And not only that, I think the WBC is the only sanctioning body who really push their brand very heavy. Like they've done a good job at branding the WBC to be like this superior title. And plus it stands out from the rest of the belts. Look at all the belts. You know what I mean? The IBF is red, but for the most part, like, these belts don't seem to have like the same pop that the WBC belt has. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a combination of, history behind it, the marketing behind it. And it's just a unique looking belt. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather always had a WBC title. Yeah, Floyd was coming into your division. Whoever had the WBC title, Floyd was going up for. He needed that. You feel me? Anonymous says, honestly, I think if he fights discipline, he could beat Ryan. But to be honest, I think Ryan beats him. I don't see that Barrios anymore. Yeah, bro. Like he's completely went down the drain. I don't know if he stuck around at 47 too long. I don't know if it was, the beating that he took for Thurman that really threw him off. The Tank and maybe the Tank and Thurman fights back to back really threw him off. But like the 140 Barrios, like prior to the Tank fight, he was all right. He was all right. You know what I mean? But Barrios has shown something lately where it's like now he just be burnt out in the ring. Like he a 6-round fighter. You cannot fatigue in 6 rounds against no fucking Ryan Garcia. You can't. I don't respect Ryan. I really don't like him. I'll never be a fan of him. The last thing you want to do against Ryan is fatigue. Because when you get fatigued, It's hard for you to stay on point with your defense, and you know what I mean, you might cut some corners defensively just to get some, get some get some of your energy back and shit like that. And Ryan's hands is too fast to, be slacking with your defense. You know what I mean? Yeah, 140 Barrios had a jab, hand feint, setups, and a killer instinct. If he hurt you, Barrios has declined since then. Yeah, that's what I liked about Barrios, bro. I would have gave him a way bigger chance than beating Ryan. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's that anymore. Like Barrios be looking like he overtrained. You know what I mean? And I don't know. He may have outgrew 147 and he's just staying around just because. But he's completely he over his last few fights, he's performed as if he's left fight in the gym. Like he's trained too hard. You know what I mean? There's a balance between training and recovery. You know what I mean? And being overtrained is just as bad as being undertrained. Seriously. I just don't see it going good. Unless Ryan is just completely cooked. I don't see Mario beating him. But let's finish this conversation off with Edgar Berlanga, man. Edgar Berlanga out here back in the building. He's been pretty quiet since taking a knockout loss to Hamza Shiraz, out in New York on the same card as Shakur Stevenson and William Cepeda. I mean, got folded up pretty bad, man. Hamza Shiraz put on a hell of a show. He hit him with some clean shots. Great finish. And Edgar Berlanga, his team has been making accusations about like Hamza Shiraz's, hand wraps and things of that nature. I found that to be completely bullshit, and I already stated my reasons why. I just think it was Edgar Berlanga and his team's way of avoiding accountability. You know what I mean? And not coming to this reality that, they're not the elite level fighters that they thought they were. And there's a whole lot more work for them to do because they're just not of that level. You know what I mean? And shit, may have been one of the very few people that were, mismanaged by Top Rank. You know what I mean? Top Rank has historically been known for their great matchmaking and developing world champions. I think they did Edgar Berlanga a disservice. They were too busy trying to break a first round knockout record when they should have been developing their talent into being an elite level fighter. But anyways, Edgar Berlanga is looking to get back in the ring at the top of 2026, apparently. And according to, let me see exactly who this is. According to Inside Ring Show, so that's a show that's on Ring Magazine that, I think Max Kellerman, LaShawn McCoy, Mike Coppinger, and I think they always bring like an additional guest to cover up. I've seen Chris Arreola on there and things of that nature. This is the report that's coming out here, man. And this is according to Inside the Ring. Let me go ahead and cancel this. Let me go ahead and share what the news is. And according to Inside the Ring, it says Edgar Berlanga and Jose Armando Resendiz are in talks for a super middleweight fight in the first quarter of 2026. Sources told the Ring's Mike Coppinger. I don't know if they wrote an article about it or whatever the case is. I don't think they wrote an article about it, but that's the news. Edgar Berlanga. I'm gonna say this though. We be shitting on Edgar Berlanga, we be making fun of him and shit like that. But I'll give Edgar Berlanga some credit if he jumps into this fight with Resendiz coming off of a knockout loss against Hamza Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz, Armando Resendiz, who was a very dangerous opponent to be real. Like let's just keep this shit 1,000. Like Resendiz really showed us a lot in that Caleb Plant fight, man. He showed superb conditioning, a lot of grit, a lot of determination. Was getting cooked in the beginning. Within like the first 2 rounds, Caleb Plant was having his way, but he didn't take no for an answer. He stepped to Caleb Plant. He was able to take some shots. He fired some back, and Caleb Plant wasn't able to take what Resendiz was dishing out. He outworked him. He hurt him multiple times, and Caleb Plant's own right. At that time, he was a top super middleweight contender. May have been the number one super middleweight contender. We got to take into consideration Benavidez moved up, Morrell moved up. So it really just left Caleb Plant at the top outside of like Christian and Billy and now Lester Martinez and, a few other super middleweights. You feel what I mean? I felt like hold on. I felt like Caleb Plant was at the top of the list, in terms of guys who didn't have world titles. So for Resendiz to move up in weight, and mind you, I believe Resendiz, had some tough fights at middleweight. I think he ended up losing to Elijah Garcia from what I understand. Let me go ahead and check that real quick before, just to clarify. But I do remember that fight where Resendiz at 160 pounds when he had actually gotten stopped by Elijah Garcia. The Elijah Garcia who actually was shaping up pretty well prior to his loss to Kyron Davis. You know what I mean? Since then, Elijah Garcia has looked like absolute horseshit. We're not going to sit here and act like that ain't true. You feel what I mean? So for Edgar Berlanga to take on this challenge coming off of a knockout loss, you got to give Edgar Berlanga some credit. You got to. And Armando Resendiz did beat the dog shit out of Jared Hurd. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's when I realized, when I watched that, I was like, damn, and like he was punching on Jared Hurd. That's a former unified world champion right there. And I think after that fight, he ended up losing again. But not too long after that, Jared Hurd ended up retiring. So we'll see what happens. If Edgar Berlanga ends up fighting Armando Resendiz, that's a tough fucking fight, man. You know what I mean? Like at this point, Edgar, you should be building up experience. At this point, you face Hamza Shiraz, you face Canelo Alvarez. You should be learning from these situations, from these lessons. You should definitely be learning. And you're gonna run into some issues with Armando Resendiz because for one, he punches very hard. For two, he applies pressure. And three, he don't really care about your power, bro. Edgar Berlanga might come into this fight with some type of doubts, psychologically in terms of his ability to take a shot. I heard Edgar Berlanga say in the lead up to the Hamza Shiraz fight, "Oh, you could hit me with a Mack truck on my chin. I ain't gonna go nowhere." Saying that, he believes in his ability to take a shot. And, against Hamza Shiraz, he wasn't able to stand up to them punches. So I know he may have some insecurities about his ability to take a shot. And, who knows how he'll act or what he'll do when, Resendiz hits him with a clean shot, in the beginning of the fight. You know what I mean? And, Edgar Berlanga, he the type motherfucker that when somebody pressing him or they not too enthused with his power, he gets frustrated and, in my opinion, looks for a way out. I seen Anonymous talking about it earlier. That Romer Alexis Angulo fight. Romer was on his ass. Pause. He was on Edgar Berlanga's body trying to do some serious damage. Edgar Berlanga didn't like the fact that, Romer was applying pressure and, having his way throughout the fight. And what did he do? He bit that man. He tried to bite that man in the ring. You know what I mean? And this should apply to Mike Tyson, Edgar Berlanga. When you're doing that, you're looking for a way out. That heat is too much for you. It's overwhelming. So your survival instincts are kicking in, and you feel like this is what you need to do in order to, restore some order in that motherfucker. I get it. But this gonna be a tough fight for Edgar Berlanga, bro. It is. Unless Edgar Berlanga just has devastating power that Resendiz can't stand up to, this is gonna be a battle, bro. It's gonna be a battle. And let's keep it real. Like Edgar Berlanga don't got the highest IQ. You know what I mean? Like he's not the most versatile fighter. He just can't switch up to an athletic defensive outboxer. That's just not who Edgar Berlanga is. Eventually, Edgar Berlanga, with the New York attitude, the pride that he got, he gonna try to go band for band with Resendiz, and that shit's not gonna go well, man. It's not gonna go well. This man moved up to 68 and made, I ain't gonna lie, made easy work of Caleb Plant. And that's a highly skilled individual. Probably the most skilled guy at super middleweight right now, to be honest. I would have to look through some names, but, he's definitely one of the most skilled super middleweights in the world right now. Caleb Plant is, and Resendiz stepped on him. Dank Father said, crazy, this is going to be for the interim title. For the WBA interim title, I did hear that. Look, man, that's just the era that we in right now where guys lose fights and then, they eligible for belts. Like, we don't see multiple fighters at this point lose fights prior to the one that's in front of them. And then they end up fighting for a world title or a major belt that could get them ranked in, whatever sanctioning body it represents. Like, we seen this shit. Plant definitely lost a step. Brandman spoke about it, and I think that's why they ended up splitting. But Plant fatigued very quickly in that fight. That could be a result of overtraining. That could be a result of undertraining. It could be a variety of things. Ryan finna get a shot. Yep. Yes, he is, unfortunately. Yep, he definitely fought a Puerto Rican dude who was in jail for a long time and was well over 300 pounds in jail. He definitely fought him. And there was people who was like telling me like, yo, bro, like he was a top amateur. And I'm like, bro, he did 10 years in jail. Had to, cut all this weight in a short time. You telling me that he gonna do something to Berlanga? Nope. Then he got folded by Shiraz right after. Yep. R3 says, do you think the fact that Armando has a trainer like Manny Robles, it'll be harder for Berlanga to win? Absolutely, because a trainer contributes a lot to the corner, man. You know what I mean? Like Manny Robles, he's one of the best trainers in boxing, in my opinion, amongst like the Robert Garcias, the Bomacs, the Bozies. Like I look at Manny Robles in that light. You feel what I mean? And the results speak for themselves, man. Just look at what Manny Robles has accomplished. You know what I mean? Yeah, having that high-level trainer in your corner, and I also call trainers your extra set of eyes, that could be very advantageous for, Resendiz. You know what I mean? Especially if, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm tired of shit. Especially if Manny Robles is able to pick up on, little defensive errors or tendencies that he has that Armando's not able to see in the ring. That could be very advantageous. Absolutely. Dank Father says, interesting to see what happened when Bud vacates the belt. Well, if or when he does, all that's going to happen is that these dudes who are, ranked in these particular, in either one of these 4 sanctioned bodies are going to end up facing each other for the titles. That's all that's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of vacant belts that'll be won, and then we'll have 4 people in the weight division again, and then it's amongst them to unify. But I'm having trouble keeping my eyes up, y'all. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love as always. If y'all can go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated. We will be on live around the same time tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. This was a hilarious live. Smoochie coming in when we walking out. Super late. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Shout out to the super chats. Shout out to the boy Lorenzo with the $2 super chat. You know what I mean? Shout out to J Cash with the $5 super chat. Shout out to G Tatted Up TV for the $2 super chat. I didn't even get that. I didn't even see that. But since we on it, he says, salute, bro. # Philly in the building. Support the grind. I appreciate that very much, y'all. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Shout out to the nation and the mob. I'm going to get up out of here. Catch up on some Z's. I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace.